This is the beginning of a series I'm going to call I Am a Mom and I Desperately Need a Moment of Peace. This is a question I got in response to a video where I explained to parents that I would never recommend baby jumpers or baby walkers. My name's Emily and I'm a pediatric occupational therapist. This question is essentially asking if it's safe to adjust a jolly jumper so that a child's feet no longer touch the floor. This is addressing concerns about the amount of pressure that goes into a child's hips when they're able to jump in a jolly jumper. Firstly, I'm so glad you asked this because if you're thinking it, I'm sure there are thousands of other parents who have the exact same question. So this is a picture of a child in a jolly jumper, which is one of the most popular brands of baby jumpers. And you can see that the support around the child's hips doesn't cross their hip joint, so it's just in between their legs. So this product is not designed to support a child in suspension. It's designed for a child to be spending a lot of the time with their feet on the floor. But the way that this harness is designed, it would put a lot of pressure on important ligaments and blood vessels that are in their groin if the child was in suspension. So I would not recommend doing that. I want to compare this to the support system on a reputable baby carrier. So this is the Ergo 360, and this is designed for a child to be essentially in suspension in. So you can see how it crosses the child's hip joint and it's holding the hips in slight flexion. So another risk in having a child in suspension in a jolly jumper would be that their legs would be completely straight, which is another risk for hip dysplasia. So instead of that, I would get a stationary exercaucer when you're looking for a way to contain your baby for a couple of minutes and keep them entertained. Exercaucers don't have the same risks as jumpers because they don't have a jumper feature, and they don't have the same risks as walkers because they don't move. They're completely stationary. One thing I will say with stationary exercaucers is that I prefer to wait until a child is already pulling up to stand so we're not disrupting the developmental progression. I would also recommend adjusting the foot plate so that your child's feet can be flat on the foot support instead of in a toe walking position. Obviously, if your child is supporting their body's weight in a toe walking position, that can encourage toe walking.